Hey, kia ora koutou. I'm Sarah. Hey, so recently I've been talking to a lot of my friends and clients that we work with, and they've been telling us that they're actually pretty exhausted right now. We know it's been a tough year, and there's a lot of people who are really in need of a holiday right now. But of course, most of us are just getting back into the swing of things. So I want to talk to you today about what you can do to build well-being into your workday when we haven't quite got enough time just yet to take a holiday. So, we know that a good life is the sum of how you spend your days, and there's pretty good research to back that up. Now, our good days are not necessarily our momentous days, or our birthdays, or even our holidays. What we know is that our good days tend to be the days where we feel more purposeful, we feel competent, and we feel connected. So, in building well-being into your workday, those are the three things to concentrate on. So, how do you do that? Well, being purposeful energizes us. So starting the day by going out of your way to really focus on what you can do to make the most meaningful contribution that day can really help. Now, I don't mean writing a big long to-do list of all the things that you need to do, because most of us do that every day anyway. I mean really taking the time to think about what you can do to make the most meaningful contribution. And remember, the meaningful contribution we make to the workplace is not always the work we do. How we are in the presence of others, how we connect with other people really makes a difference too. So number two, in feeling competent, there are a number of things that help us feel more competent and in control of our workday. And one of them is about having the energy to do good work, because many of us are just frazzled and overwhelmed. So if you really want to do good work, you need to focusing on managing your energy, not your time. So we know that humans perform best in periods of work and rest. So breaking your workday into chunks so that you can really focus on doing focused work, say in 90 minutes to an hour chunks at a time, can really help. As does getting up and exercising. We know that when you're tired, getting up and taking a walk around can really be energizing. And also, eating healthy, taking breaks for downtime to let your brain have time to catch up, and really detaching from work when you're not there. And I'm going to come back to that point in just a second. And so the third thing is about connection. Actually, while most of us are working from home, or actually a lot of us aren't working from home anymore, but we might be doing a bit of a combination of being in the office and being at home, it is really important that you go out of your way to connect on purpose. We know that connections with other people really energize us, but they also decrease stress at a physiological level. We know that when we're connecting with people, we're much less likely to feel overwhelmed by stress. So if you're at home, that means going out of your way to connect on purpose, right? So it might be giving people a Zooms call, or connecting with them on Teams, or picking up the phone and just giving them a call. But staying connected is really important. And as I said before, I mentioned detaching from work. We know that detaching from work is incredibly important for recovery. And one of the things that people really struggle with when they struggle with work-life balance is that they just feel like they're always turned on, right? They're always thinking about work. So it's really important to be able to go out of your way to detach from work so that you maximize your recovery. And I'll tell you why this is important, because the better our recovery, the better our work the next day. In fact, researchers have found that about a third of how engaged we are at work is actually attributable to how well recovered we are. And that comes down to two things: how much sleep we've had and how we've actually spent our time off. So the best way to detach from work when you're not there is to do something completely unrelated to work. And look, so if you spend all day on a computer, it's not spending all night on a computer. We know that going out of your way to detach from work by, say, engaging in exercise or hobbies or sports or community events, volunteering, I know really, really helps, then actually that fills our bucket back up. We often leave the best of our energy and our concentration from work, and we don't have enough for the stuff that we need to do to fill us back up. So what is it that fills you back up? I want to clarify this one last important point. We know that when it comes to work-life balance, the whole concept of balance is flawed, right? Because some of the best parts of our life actually have no semblance of balance whatsoever. Actually, what people crave when they crave better work-life balance is actually to have the capacity to do the stuff that matters to them most. It's not about having it all. It's about having what's most important to you. So I want to leave you with this one question. What fills you back up? What are the small things that you can do to build a better day at work? Remember, our good days are not necessarily our momentous days. They're just as likely to be our ordinary days, but they are our days where we feel purposeful, competent, and connected. Take care.